Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. So, it's been a while. I'm finally back. Let's turn this sound. So, I'm finally back. It's been a long time, and I've been away for what, nearly 4 5 weeks. Sean Smith is in the house. How are you doing, mate? Thank you very much for popping in. How are you doing? Robert's here. Kilted Gardner. Dojo Dave Fenwick is in the house. Bobby McNutt is here. How are you doing, everyone? Thank you very much, everyone, for coming in. How are you keeping? Mags, how are you doing? Thanks very much for popping in. So, Savage Girl Kera's here. How are you doing? So, how's everyone been? Mags, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. It's been a while since I've been here. It's been ages since I've done a live. So yeah, I was away for a good few weeks. Finally back, um, and how it's the first Saturday night. It's the first Saturday since I've been back. So we've got to come on and do the Saturday night ritual, haven't we? Uh, Robert's doing good. He's been doing some tidying of the house. Dave's doing good. So what's everyone been up to? Fill me in. Fill me in on everything that I've missed out on over the last few weeks. My world has been turned upside down for the better. That sounds brilliant. Your world's been turned upside down for the better. Are you going to tell us about it? Or are you going to keep us in suspense, mate? Robert's been doing work and more work. Lindsay's here. 2 minutes just getting headphones. Awesome. So finally a weekend off. So you get to spend some time with the family in the garden. Hey, I've been out doing some harvesting today. I've Dave. That's amazing. That's absolutely fantastic news, mate. I'm well made up for you. I'm well made up for you. Um, that's beautiful. That, yeah. So you can be out in the garden together, and no one's gonna nag you to get home. Um, Mags went to the Edinburgh Edinburgh. Oh, I can't get it out, guys. I better get my teeth back in. Went to the Fringe Festival and saw 41 shows. You're on telly here. How's Zaki? Zaki's okay now. He's okay. So last night we had a bit of a issue. My son, the baby, had a bit of a temperature over the last couple of days. Rang the GP up in the morning, couldn't get an appointment, so we had a telephone consultation, and basically they said it's going to be viral. But later on into the evening, he developed. It was just, it was floppy all evening. He was breathing really fast, so I called 111, and then they sent an ambulance over. It turns out he's got tonsillitis, so the hospital sent him home with antibiotics. He's been taking antibiotics for since yesterday. He's starting to perk up now, alhamdulillah. Yeah, so but he's still a bit he's still a bit grumpy. He's having a nap now, so yeah, he's okay. Um, Lindsay's back. She's got her headphones. Awesome. Now the party can really start. um, Robert's asking, did my mum enjoy her trip? Yeah, yeah, it was beautiful. It was absolutely brilliant. Um, I can't describe it. You know, getting there, it was just absolutely fantastic. Just get yeah. Um, the minute we arrived in Makkah, it was just so complete. It was just the way Hajj works is you arrive, you perform your the actual day had last about 5 days. So we arrived about a week before, and then once we got settled in, we went and visited the sacred mosque and around the Kaaba. It was just absolutely fantastic. You know, just being in that place. There was about 5 million people this year, uh, so it was just yeah, everyone there for one purpose. It was amazing, and people of all different creed, all different colors, all different nationalities. Yeah, it was just fantastic. It was just fantastic. I've done a vlog of it, and I'll try and get that up once I get it edited. Frank Colwell's here. Frank, how are you doing, man? He's just got in from work. He's gonna be back in a bit. Yeah, Linz, it was hectic. It was absolutely hectic. So in Makkah, it's really busy because you're running from one place to another. You've got so many things to do for the Hajj rites, so it gets really busy there. Um, but once you finish the Hajj, then you go over and visit Medina, and where the Prophet peace be upon him, his grave is, and the sacred mosque there. And once you get there, that's just a city of peace. I mean, it's absolutely brilliant there. Once you get there, it's just you can relax. You can put all the put everything behind you and just relax and just enjoy everything. Um, I loved it. I loved it. It's the second time I've been. It's the second time I've been fortunate enough to take my mum, and it was the first time that my wife went out there. Uh, so it was brilliant. Really good. Mags, I feel awesome. I feel absolutely I feel brilliant. I want to go back. It's just one of those things. I just want to go back. And it was nice getting away from. Because I haven't. I, I don't know if you can. The second part of it, yes, you can call it more like a holiday, because you got to relax. But the first part of it was definitely a lot of things that we had to do. Um, and when I get my vlog of it up, it'll explain a bit more about where we had to go, where we had to sleep, because there was one of the nights of Hajj, you sleep in a big plane under the stars, so no tents, nothing, just under the stars, um, and then it's a lot of moving from one place to another, visiting the various different places, um, but once we'd finished all of that and we went to Medina, it was nice. It was a nice time to relax and just take everything easy. Medina's a really laid back city as well, so it's really so you do get to take things easy there. Um, and that's one of the things that that's one of the things that I loved about Medina, because you just get to relax. You just get to contemplate on things, put things into perspective, and I haven't had a break for the last for about 4 years, maybe 5 years. So it's just work and teaching non-stop. Um, and it's the first time I've had a break for 5 years, so I really enjoyed it. It was I feel fresh. Um, Angela Critters is here. I was thinking about you last night. Wondered if you were back. Yeah, Angela, I've been back just under. Well, today's Saturday, so exactly a week now. Today's the first Saturday that I've been back, so I thought I'd come on and we'll do a live and say meet and greet everyone, say hello to everyone. Uh, so thank you very much for popping in. If anyone hasn't hit that like for me, if you wouldn't mind just hitting that like, I'd appreciate that very much. Um, yeah, so I came back. the garden was, uh, I mean, after a month of the garden being completely neglected, came back. The grass was in places past my knees, in other places it was just past my ankles. So it was quite long in some places. Um, the hedges have been completely overgrown. Apparently, there's been some neighbours' kids coming and playing in the garden that my sisters had to chase away. um, and when my sister caught them playing in the garden, they said that I'd given them permission to come and play in the garden. They said that I told them that it was all right. Now the beard isn't combed yet. Not hitting that. Lynn's just for you. 1 second. There we go. Is that better? um, Ian Matthews, how are you doing, mate? Thank you very much for popping in. Sorry not been around myself. Where you've been, Ian? I went away. I went on Hajj. Yeah. So we got back last weekend. So we were away for just on yeah about 4 weeks. 26, 25 days. Yeah. Uh, Um, you surprised you surprised the garden fed. I was quite the thing in the garden. Everything in the that was planted in the soil did quite well. It's the pots that really suffered. The stuff that was in the pots, they they were quite bad. They started drying. A lot of the stuff um, died in the pots, but we'll see. We'll get it right next year. We'll get it right next year. Eddie K's here. How are you doing, mate? Thank you very much for coming in. Um, Brilliant crop of runner beans that you had. I'm jealous. Never got a chance to do any this year. Eddie is one of the first harvests apart from potatoes that that we got. So I'm well happy with that because I'm being distracted by Mags's comment. um, Robert saying the beard is beating yours. I think yours is bigger. I think yours is bigger than mine. Well, the chickens okay. My sister made sure she fed and watered them every day. We did have one loss. My silky, I had a white silky cross, and some of my hens are getting quite old now. Some of them are 8, 9 years old. Some of them are only a couple of years old, but that silky it was a few years old when I got it, and it was a bit sick when we left. So we lost the white silky, which is a bit of a shame because I like that hen. She was the dopiest chicken that I've ever had. She like if you throw some food in, they're all eating, and she's just wondering about, thinking what's going on, and then she's always late to the party. She was quite dopey, but that's one of the things that made her more cuter than the rest of them. But it's she did. I mean, my sister did better than she did the last time I went away and left her to look after my chickens. So yeah, Angela. Yeah, my sister was here to look after him, so they were fed and watered every day. Jerry Acklin's here. Wa alaikum assalam. Um, what are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. I've been away for a bit, Jerry. This is the first live that we've done since I've been back, so thank you very much for coming in and making it, giving me a nice warm welcome. Robert's beard's turned into a goatee. I need to go check that out. I need to catch up. I will catch up with everyone. I'm sorry if I've neglected you guys a bit as well while I've been away. But I will catch up with everyone very soon. Brian's here. Brian, how are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. Brian, how are you getting on with your scooter? Max, some of the hens have done really well. I'm quite happy with that. Uh, Jerry's asking, that's nice, but where are the stars of the show? The kids are downstairs, and I think some of my nieces are over, and they're having a little bit of a party downstairs. So I get to do this live stream while they're doing their thing, so I don't cramp their style too much. I saw your comment, Brian. I saw that that it broke down on the plot. How did you end up getting home? Because you said you struggled getting home. Um, Scooter is now in the big screen. Did you get one hired? Um, did you get one? Did your wife manage to get you one hired? And when does your new one arrive? Are they in school yet? My grandkids started back this week. No, Jerry. I think they start back on Tuesday. I need to check the email from school. It's either Tuesday or Wednesday that they start back. Um, Scooters cost a fortune. Yeah, yeah. Kelly from My UK Homestead is here. How are you doing? Just a brief visit. Uh, I'm very well, thanks very much. Yeah, I've got a right welcome. As soon as I've come back on, all my everyone's here. Everyone, everyone's here. I'm well happy. I'm well happy. Yeah, Lynn's asking how's the move going. How is the move going? If we want an update. uh, I've seen the pictures of the garden. Well happy. Well made up for you. That's gonna be awesome. That's gonna be absolutely brilliant. Yeah, Jerry, it is something that I should know. It's either Tuesday or Wednesday, and I need to check the email and double check with my wife and make sure I know everything. I'm up to speed. Benny L is here. How are you doing from Norway? Thank you very much for coming in. Um, so Kelly's just getting packed up. Won't be moving until beginning of October. Nick's here. Nick Slotman Diary. How are you doing, mate? Thank you very much for coming. Everyone's here. I'm well happy, guys. Thank you. Thanks everyone for popping in. All the Brits, all these Brits in the house, make me want to pop the kettle on for a cup of PG. Um, Robert, you've got my favourite brand. It's either PG Tips or Tetley's. Tetley's got to have a nice cuppa. My niece has lost 5 chickens to black bears. Was just picking on. No, Jerry, it's fine. I don't mind. You can pick on me all day long. You know that. You know you can do that. Um, that's horrible. That chicken wire won't be strong enough to keep out the bears either. Do you know black bears? Are they as big as grizzlies, or are they a bit smaller? Um, Nick, how are you doing? Fill us in. What you've been up to. I need to catch up with everyone. I'm slowly doing the rounds, so I will catch up with everyone and make sure everyone, yeah, get up to speed on what I've been missing out on. Um, Dojo's a PG Tips fan, not Yorkshire tea. Yorkshire tea's quite bitter. I think Yorkshire tea is quite bitter. Uh, Brian's left the medication alone, so he's on Carling today. That's gonna numb everything, eh? um, I know, Nick. That's great to see so many people here tonight. That's exactly what I'm saying. As soon as I've come back on, and everyone's gonna know that I'm gonna do the live and whatnot, and I thought, oh no, but as soon as I've come on, you've all turned up, and it's awesome. It's absolutely fantastic. Thank you guys. Um, so Jerry, that's terrible. I can't imagine how quick the bear would be against chicken. So black bears are smaller than grizzlies. Right, I'm gonna go on and I'm gonna check how big a black bear is when I finish this. Uh, it's very easy to wind up, Monty. You can wind me up all day, and I can take it. I can take it. Um, so Kelly's gonna do a video and explain everything that's been going on. There's a lot. Yeah, yeah. We want to see what's going on. Uh, because I don't want to spoil anything either. Brian never gets drunk. So Jerry's saying that black bears are a lot smaller, under 200 pounds. These are a mother and triplets that were in a yard. So they must have gone through that. So they must have gone through that. The chicken wire quite easily then. Um, Brian. So yeah, everyone's turned up, even me, according to Brian. Quality, quality. Yeah, Benny. We got the runner beans harvested, and they were well, it was quite nice. Do you know? We cook if you cook runner beans, chop them up quite. Yeah, chop them up, and then cook them with prawns. Absolutely delicious. Absolutely delicious. It's one of my favorites. Um, and it's one of the first things that we got to have from the garden since we've been back. Yeah, since we've been back, all we've been getting so far are potatoes and onions, and a few little bit and some spinach and chard and stuff. But that was the first like real thing. What, is that right? Calling it the first real thing. I don't know if that even makes sense, but if you get what I'm saying, yeah. Dojo, we're your family. You can't get rid of us. Cheers, man. Cheers. I really appreciate it, man. I really do. Uh, Kelly, we've missed your update. It's great to hear that you're okay. Yeah. The second time they tore half the coop apart. Wow. Black bears are still bigger than chickens. I think chickens have something to worry about. Brian's one-liners don't stop to that. He's got some crackers. Uh, I'm fine. So much going on. All good though. When do your kids go back? I'm glad the biggest critters I have to worry about are foxes and badgers. Mags, yeah, it's foxes for me. Don't have to worry too much about badgers where I am. Yeah, it's foxes for me. I've lost a few hens over the years to foxes, and my first rooster that I had, I lost that to a fox. But yeah, apart from that, I've not had much trouble from foxes. Apart from the fact that they like to dig up my garden and take big pools everywhere. Uh, uh, the, so Jerry, they must have really gotten a taste for chicken. So will they keep coming back? Will the bears keep coming back for more chicken? Chickens are snacks for bears. We have foxes, coyotes. Cougars would be awesome to see in the wild. That'd be amazing. Thanks, Linz. So if you haven't already, please hit that like for me. We want to try and get to that 50 like mark. Beardy Dude will pop in at some point and get us there, I'm sure. um, they're back at school Wednesday, so we can crack on with stuff then. Awesome. I think mine are back either on Tuesday or Wednesday. So yeah, we'll get them back. Dinosaur, copperhead snakes, and water. I can't even say that word. What's a water moccasin? A water moccasin. I don't know what that is. Is that a type of snake as well? We don't need no stinking badgers. uh, Goldfish office is here. How are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. Awesome. Everyone's turned up. This is brilliant. Uh, Foxes used to move my plant labels around so I couldn't work out my plant varieties. That's quality, that, Mags. So the Foxes just came in, shifted your plant labels. um, See, what the Foxes do in my garden is that there's there's always every spring we get this mother, and she always turns up with cubs, and they'll sunbathe in the garden. They'll roll around. My mum watches them. And you know, at the break of dawn, I'm still asleep at that time normally. Um, she watches them, and they always turn up, and they they drop. You know, she must be nesting nearby, but they come and use our garden as a little playground, and they're digging up my compost. They're digging up my garden and taking dumps everywhere. So that's the problem that foxes cause me. I haven't lost a lot of chicken to foxes, but I have lost a few. Finally got a rooster. Was worried at first. I thought he he only liked other roosters. Brian's Mike's greenhouse is here. How are you doing, man? Thank you very much for coming in. Oh, I'm well happy. I'm well happy. Everyone's here. Uh, Sorry, I'm late. I was eating my tea. Not a problem. Not a problem at all. Stomach first is what I say. Yeah, fill your stomach first. um, Angela, great live. No, thank you very much. Thank you very much. See, I like this. Yeah, it's nice. I'm I'm well happy. Everyone's turned up. It's nice to come on here after so long and just have a good chat with everyone and catch up. This feels good. I'm gonna have a bonfire later to burn some garden rubbish. If you're gonna do a lot of wood, then that'll get you some nice wood ash for the garden. Dave saying hi to everyone he's missed out. Hi Kelly, hi Mike, hi Dave, hi. Mike, I'm really good, man. I'm really good. I'm well happy. I've come on live and everyone's turned up. Everyone's turned up, and you give me a nice welcome back. My dinner is ready, so I have to scoot. Mags, we'll see you soon. Have enjoy your dinner, and we'll see you soon. Kelly's going to be back. Benny, everyone's saying bye to Mags. Um, Angela's saying hi to Lynn's. Okay. Um, yeah, so as soon as I've come back, come on live, and I'm well happy everyone's turned up. Yeah, so when we got back, I did that little garden tour the day after. I got back. I got back Saturday night. Probably got home about 11:30 ish. And I did the garden tour on Sunday, and I thought the garden would be a lot worse. But I thought that, like, there's some things that have done really good and some things that have really struggled this year. I mean, my sweet corn's been bad, my squash and my gourds have been quite poor. Um, I mean, some of the plants are other than the others, so I thought they'd come on a bit later. But I hear that the weather's been pretty poor while I've been away as well. And June June was horrible. July was okay. I think it was a pretty touch dodgy August. September's not been too bad so far. So not been active on YouTube lately. I've been working a lot to fund my polytunnel. I've got a knock at the door. Just 1 second, guys. Come on. Come on. Yeah. Do you want to say hello to everyone? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Here we go. Say hello to everyone. Say hello. No, he's not saying hello. um, no, Mike, you do right. You do absolutely right. See, he's not just a guy. He's not just a young lad with excellent manners and a good personality. He's got a good work ethic as well. Baba. Yeah. G. So this is the little lad that caused a bit of trouble last night. So yeah, was taken to hospital in an ambulance last night, weren't you? Did you have a nice ride? Look who's here! Nitrogen fix no dig. Carl, how are you doing? How are you doing? Thanks very much, man, for coming in. Mm. Okay, no problem. Uh, Carl, how have you been? Oh, that's awesome. You've taken my charger out. Um, he, Lindsay's laughing. Even R recognised you as a guy who got raided by his kids. uh, Carl's having a fantastic growing season. That's awesome, mate. See, I'm well happy to see you. I'm really happy to see you. I haven't spoken to you in ages, and I've been away as well, so it's really nice to see you here, mate. Thanks for coming along. I think everyone's happy to see you, Carl. um, everyone's saying hello to you. He's the most active he's been all day. So, oh, my son. Okay, cool. So even he knows us. He knows that we've been raided by the kids. Just put 68 pounds of cobra beans. No, just picked 68 pounds of cobra beans. Um, what's a cobra bean? I'm gonna have to have a look at what a cobra bean is. Angela's saying she's gonna grab your tongue. You cheeky monkey. Cheeky monkey. See, he's the most active he's been all day. He's been head down. He's on penicillin, as well as paracetamol and stuff. Cobra beans are French climbing beans. Ah, okay, okay. Pole runner beans. Ah, I get it. Okay, cool. Carl, I got some decent runner beans yesterday. Not yesterday, a couple of days ago. Hoping to pick some more soon. Cobra is the name of the variety of French climb. Ah, okay. Um, he's gonna be 2 in 4 days, aren't you? Yes, you are. You're gonna be 2 in 4 days. Oh my gosh. Go and say it. Oh, why are you just making noises today? um, my squash and stuff have been really poor though this year. I was hoping for a good squash and gourd season. I planted loads of gourds, but the first crop died, and the second lot came up, and there's loads of massive ones. The plants are yeah, they're massive, but they've just not come on. I just had Charles Dowding using pictures uh, on his. I just had Charles Dowding using my pictures of it in his website. So happy. Pictures of your cobra brains. That's awesome. That's awesome. Or was he doing a picture of your whole allotment? See if you can get him to come and visit you, Carl. If you can get him to, yeah, pictures of your plot. That's awesome. That's absolutely fantastic. Has he done? Has he done a? Has he done a feature of you? A feature of it, or has he just used the pictures? It'd be nice to have it. If he's done a story on you, that'd be fantastic. Um, drop a link, Carl, and we'll go and have a look. Enough of it. Get a link on here for us, and we'll all go and check it out. That's fantastic. That's awesome. Awesome. Even the baby's saying it's awesome. So it's in a September update. Is it out yet, or is it going to be out? Obviously in September. um, Carl, what do you think about getting back to doing a few videos for us? Or or Mike's Greenhouse asking who's Charles Dowding. He's he's one of the pioneers of no dig in this country. Yeah. So in Britain, he's done a lot of work on no dig gardening. Um, yeah, he's one of the pioneers of no dig. He's done a lot of work on no dig. Big famous gardener. Don't shake your head too much. King of no dig. Zaki. Um, if you Google him, he's done a lot of really good work. He's done a lot of really good work. He's you can everyone can learn a lot from him. He's got a wealth of experience. Yeah. Da. You still feel quite warm. Sam's here. Sam, how are you doing, mate? Thank you very much for coming in, man. Sam, this is the first live I've done since I've been back. So it's been about 5 weeks since I've done a live, 4 or 5 weeks, something like that. I'm really good, mate. I'm really good. How are you doing? How are you keeping? Jazz is here. Oh no, you guys have just completed the set. Everyone's turned up now. This is awesome. Absolutely awesome. It isn't it? It's brilliant. What did you say? A push. Yeah, don't push. Don't push. Um. So, Charles Dowding link to this September. I've never had such a great season. It's been incredible. I, that's fantastic, Carl. Quite a few people have said that they struggled this year. I mean, I've definitely struggled this year. Gee, you want Amma? Okay, I'll ask Amma to come and get you. Uh, so What have you done that's how have you protected yourself against the weather? Because I've really struggled with the weather this year. Hang on. Right, got to go. Really love to see you. Okay, that's why Jazz is saying you can't go. I get it. I get it. We'll see you soon, and I'm looking forward to that update. I am.
Daddy,
Daddy, yeah.
want this,
You want what?
want this.
You're getting a bit restless now. Um,
Papa,
this year has been awful. My worst in 15 years. See, Jazz, I'm more on that kind of level this year.
that, that.
Oh, you're joking.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, you, Carl. Carl, what have you just done, man? Thank you very much. Carl's just dropped a super chat for. Wow. Carl, thank you very much.
Yeah.
That's the first super chat I've ever had. Uh, I'm, I'm well happy.
Papa,
See, no, normally, I'd be
da,
screaming,
da, da, da.
I'll be screaming, drop his link.
Papa,
But Carl,
Papa,
we need you
Papa,
back making videos. I know you've had those gremlin
Papa,
issues, but
Papa.
we miss you, man. We really miss you. We do really miss you. Um, Brian's saying he's not a fan of no dig, but he's got full respect for anyone that is converted. See, Brian, I started no dig ish about 6 years ish ago, um, and it's working well for me. Um, but I go down a slightly different route of using uh, Fear Bovril. Is Mike in here? Is Mike's greenhouse still in here? Did Mike say hello to you? Because he learned about Bovril from you. Um, so Linda's had a hit and miss. G, you wanna go downstairs? Can I just get rid of the baby and I'll come back to you? Just 1 second, guys. Say bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Right, I'm back. I'm back. Okay, let me see what I've missed. Um, Eagle VP is here. How are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. No dig is a total pain. I hate to say it, but it works. I just can't sustain it. See, Jazz, that's one of the. Do you know like the way Charles Dowding goes about sticking loads and loads of compost on it? See, I can't do that. I think my personal opinion of it is just sticking loads and loads of compost on it is a bit of a is a bit of a it is for me it feels unsustainable. That's why I use like other stuff, other mulches, and I use it as much wood chip, anything basically anything I can get for free, and I can get loads and loads of wood chips for free. So I just use loads and loads of that. Carl, you managed to make Monty speechless. Yeah. Uh, sorry, I had to step away. Had some issues for a while, Did I miss anything? Uh, I don't think you missed anything. Um, see, Brian, yeah. It's difficult to keep up with the compost for top dressing. See, that's I agree with you there. The way the way Charles Dowding does it, he's constantly bringing in. He's making loads and loads of his own compost, and he's bringing in tons and tons of compost from outside. But unless unless you can get that kind of material for free, it's for a private person. It is unless you're making loads of money, it's quite unsustainable and it's quite expensive. So yeah, that's what I use. All my privet clippings, all my scrap from my chickens, um, basically any sort of mulch I can get for free. Bovril will fix your channel, Carl. um, there you go. Mike's greenhouse is back to say, yeah, Carl converted me to from tea to Bovril. Jazz, it's like Bovril's like gravy. Carl's a big fan of Bovril. Um, he's like the Bovril king round here, and he used to. I think he's sponsored by Bovril, so he. I'm lagging a bit, guys. So my laptop's buffering, and my phone is skipping way ahead. So I don't know what's happened. Let me try and get back onto the phone and catch up on what I've missed out. Charles Dowding compost. Charles Dowding compost area is as big as my plot. I've nothing from 120 tomato plants. Blight has hit. See, Jazz, what I did with my tomatoes is all I've got is now what I did before I went away is I stripped my tomato plants, but they put on loads of growth. And now what I've done is I've taken off pretty much all the leaves apart from a couple of sets of leaves on each plant, and all I've got is the fruit struts. So that's all I've got left. Um, so I've been quite lucky that I've not had blight yet. So hopefully I won't get blight. Help Animals, Liv is here. How are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. Did I lose mod? I've not taken anyone off mod, and I've not added any mods recently. I've been away for. It's the first live I've done for about 5 weeks, so I've not done any changes to the channel. Is Jackie here? So, Lindsay's saying hello to Jackie. I didn't see you come in, but you might have come in while I was stepping away. Jackie, how are you doing? I hope you're well. I'm glad. I'm glad you're here. Everyone's turned up, man. Everyone's turned up. Well, yeah, this is awesome. If anyone hasn't hit that like for me, please hit that like, because I'm sure Beardy Dude is waiting to do that magic number 50. How do you grow vegetables well? I always fail. I've only had 2 successes with half my tomatoes and 2 courgettes this year. Um, how do you grow them well? I don't know how you grow them well. Um, I'm I'm trying to learn how to grow them well as well. I think with Carl's year, I think he might be able to tell us. Um, not a problem. Not a problem at all. Bish with fish with fishes. Yeah. I was gonna say bish with fish. uh, yeah, fish with fishes. Yeah, nice one, mate. Bish, I had to go. Sorry, I had to go out your live stream yesterday. The baby had to go into hospital. Yeah, he's come down with tonsillitis. So I had to take him into hospital, and he's on antibiotics at the minute. Jazz is on the Sunday. That's the day that Liz, Jane, Hugh, and Vivi are going. Also, Kelly and loads of others will. Who's? That's the thing that I wanted to ask. who's going to Malvern this year? Drop is here. I just saw your comment, mate. I just saw your comment. I'm just trying to catch. Um, Drop, how are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. I missed a few comments there because my laptop went a bit funny, lost a bit of signal, so I'm sorry if I've missed a few things. Nice to see you back, new laptop. Jackie, I managed to get the old laptop fixed. It was a brand new, so it was, I think it went through two hard drives to get to the final one that was compatible, and with um, Help Animals Live grows horticultural style. Awesome. Um, Drop Drop's busy working. Beardy dude is lurking. I think he's watching. Where are you, my awesome beardy fella? I saw that picture of you on Facebook that you did with the full beard. That was awesome. That was quality. It was a nice. It was well groomed, that beard. I've been a full time gardener for a £10 million mansion for 4 years. Best job ever. That's, are you in the UK? That's fantastic. Sam's allotment diary. Sorry, I'm back. Just had to put my upload up for today's harvest. What have you harvested? We're gonna go check that out. Frank's back. Frank's back. Uh, Mike's greenhouse. I was, but I can't anymore. So that's Malvern. Yeah. So Bish is coming to Malvern. Who else is coming to Malvern? How far back am I in the chat? Because I feel like I might be way back in the chat. I'm going on the Saturday because Kelly gave me tickets. Seems it's totally the wrong day, but hey, it's still going. If I could afford it, I'd have been there. See, I had a bit of a chat with Bish, and I thought, yeah, it's going to be it's going to be a great time to go and catch up, meet everyone. So yeah, love it'll be awesome. Deer Park Farmstead's here and Anna Mora's here. How are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in, everyone, guys. Deer Park, how are you doing, bro? Really appreciate you coming in, man. I've been away for a bit. I'm back now. Carl, you take care, and I hope I see you soon. I've got no way of contacting you. I want a way of contacting you because I want to keep in touch, man. They have a £40,000 greenhouse. It's amazing. A £40,000 greenhouse. Wow. Okay, calm down. Take it easy. Take it easy. I heard that. Do you know that naughty chuckle as they were coming up the stairs? I could hear that naughty chuckle as they were coming up the stairs. Yeah. Take it easy. Take it easy.
Who's commenting?
Who's commenting? Look, the comments up there.
Who's here?
Easier to read. Sit back. Sit back.
Who's here?
See, Lindsay saying hiya, giggles.
Hello, Giggles.
Look. No. Help Animals lives. Look.
Huh?
Look.
Pikachu. What? Pikachu. What? It says Pikachu. What did you say?
Pikachu.
It said Pikachu. I know.
Oh no, Double Trouble's here.
Hello, Double Trouble.
Yeah, they're back. See, I managed to get through an hour of the live without them noticing that I was live.
And Mum told me. Told us. Then she said,
Roman's been too busy, hard to get onto YouTube, but I do my
It
best.
hasn't been an hour. It's been 55 minutes.
Okay.
I know. What? Peter, Nadia
No,
Park.
read it up there so I can see what's going on. So Nick's had to turn the volume down on his headphones
Why? Oh, I got a question. I got a question.
because you guys make a lot of noise.
Question.
Your Pika makes the same crazy noise as our crazy child.
Is he talking about me?
Jazz is talking about
Hello,
you.
drop.
Jazz, they're the same age.
Drop.
Drop.
Hello, drop. I'm telling drop to drop some whatever he's
How'd you get Pikachu on a bus? How'd you get a Pikachu on a bus?
I don't know.
Pokemon. Pokemon. You stand corrected. Yeah, I know, guys.
Question! wait. Did you say how did you get a Pikachu on the bus? Pokemon. I like Pokemon.
Yeah, on. Did you get it?
Pokemon. Yeah, I got it. Pokemon.
Careful, guys. Calm down. Mine's 7 going on 17. See, this one's 7. This one's 8. There's about a year and a half between them.
What does that say?
Drop ball. If anyone's in Scotland, we'll be arranging a meet up soon.
Cool. Help animals live.
Help animals
So
live.
I am telling Roo and Moo.
No, not ruin. Jazz.
Somebody asked me a question.
Jazz is going to tell Roo. Roo's Jazz's daughter. She's going to tell her daughter from. She's going to tell her daughter that joke. Pokemon joke.
Oh yeah. Guys!
Hi guys, love your channel from America. Umina Begum, assalamu alaikum. Thank you very much for that.
Amina. Who's Amina?
There.
Who's Amina?
See, Robert, did you not see Nick's warning? You got to turn the volume down now. These two are.
Who's that? Question.
Okay, one second.
Who's that?
Umina Begum.
Wait, Amina Begum. Question.
Mike's.
Who's Amina Begum?
It's been taken over. What do I do, guys?
Question.
Smash the like, everyone. Dear Park.
Question.
Roman, I got the notification.
I got a question.
Okay, 1 second. I got the
Who's
notification.
that?
I
Who's
really
that?
appreciate it.
Who's
Thank you very
this?
much.
Help animals' lives.
Live. Moving
Who's
finger.
Liv?
Monty got to say if we ever meet with our kids, we're done for, pal. Mine's just as full of energy.
Let me see.
Robert, I've got one in each ear.
Like
I've got one
and
in.
shared.
So
It's in stereo.
stereo.
What's stereo?
Stereo means dual speaker. Do you know the surround sound is everywhere? Robert, I've got one in each ear. Go on, ask your question now.
What's your favourite Pokemon? Nobody knows Pokemon.
Everyone knows Pokemon. I have 2 granddaughters staying at the moment, 12 and 13. If you want,
No.
Isn't anybody going to
to answer my question?
where do I live in Sylhet?
Somebody answer my question.
Okay,
What's
they're gonna
your
answer your
favourite
question. Just give them a
Pokemon?
second.
What's your favourite Pokemon?
Give them a second. They'll answer. You've got to give them a minute to type.
I have a
Where do I
7-year-old
live
boy.
in? My village is just outside Sylhet town, so it's right.
Ow!
It's the central district. So my district is Sylhet.
No,
Sorry.
Paddington's a
My
bear.
pana is Sylhet, not just my
Paddington.
district. Dokinshulma. Mike's greenhouse went to Truro and looked for you. but
Fish
couldn't
was fish
What's wrong, guys?
live.
Are you supposed to be getting ready for bed? Is
No.
that what you came up for?
Somebody please answer my
YouTube
question.
been busted. Right.
Wait, Fish was fish thinks Paddington is a Pokemon.
Is Paddington
No.
a Pokemon?
He's a bear.
I'm sitting on my
What's
headphones.
Robert?
See,
Robert
look.
isn't even a Pokemon.
Brian's sitting on his headphones and he can still hear you.
Really?
Dear Part, Roman's got a 7-year-old boy. So Roman, you know exactly what's going on.
Okay.
Okay. So
me alive.
Time to go, guys.
Mine is a dragon.
Hadi, listen.
is Paddington a Pokemon? Okay,
Oh
guys,
wait, a
your mum's calling.
dragon type.
Okay, off you
Okay,
go.
one
Go.
by one, go to bathroom, brush your teeth.
Okay,
So
Steve.
you're gonna
Your
miss.
favorite Pokemon is a dragon.
You guys gonna
Dragons aren't a Pokemon and chases from Paw Patrol.
Miss, you guys gonna miss.
You don't
the
need to
party.
answer my question anymore.
Hello. Tomorrow. What were you doing tomorrow, Hadi?
I don't know. I have no idea what we're doing.
Okay. So
Go on then.
I don't know what's going on, guys. Every time they do this, they come on and they completely send the place mental.
I'm busy.
Hadi,
Yes.
what's going?
Okay. Look. Is Rupert's a bear? He's the one with the checkered handkerchief, checkered thing around his neck, scarf. That's the word.
Who's? Ow!
Okay.
Ow! Ow!
Oh, is that where you banged your leg?
You hate you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Okay, Hadi.
This one's the one
Adi.
that's not.
Hadi, the
I don't
girls.
know.
Hadi, the girl's gonna be. You're gonna stay with them tomorrow night. And you have to listen to me today.
Go
on,
get
quickly,
ready. Go.
Straight away.
Go. There you go.
Get changed.
You've been told. Go.
Found that I gave you in the bag.
Yeah, you've been told. Go.
It's okay.
Be gone.
You be gone.
Yes.
Giggles pair have been busted. Oh man. Do you know, as soon as they turn up, they just send the place mental. So Psyduck's my favourite. I don't know what Psyduck is. What's a Psyduck? My favourite Pokemon is Henry. Just because you've never heard of him, I can't be caught. I can't be caught. My young lady must say, young lady, must say my 7-year-old love your video of you picking strawberry. Khadija, come here a second. Sam said his 7-year-old daughter loves the video of you picking strawberries. Say thank you.
I don't know.
You know, say
I
thank
don't
you.
know. I don't know. So nobody likes the potato
You're
video.
supposed to be brushing your teeth.
Nobody likes the potato video.
Yeah, everyone
I
loves.
did.
Everyone else likes the potato video.
Thank you. Bye bye. Thank you for what?
Everyone loves the potato video.
Mm.
Yeah, everyone. Don't worry. Everyone. I love the potato video. Yeah. The revolution is over. The revolution got squashed by the dictator.
What's a dictator?
Your mum.
No, you're a dictator.
We put our incubator on lockdown. See, Mike loves both videos. He loves your strawberry
I
video.
left baby's
Okay.
crying, guys, and I left him.
Hey, Mom!
Go on, off you go.
Mementos!
We put our incubator on lockdown. 26 eggs. Cross your fingers. We get chicks. That'll be awesome. They're bonkers, aren't they? They're absolutely bonkers. Please show all your family members. Everyone who wants to come on the camera has just been on. Love the potato video. Yeah, see, they're asking what a dictator was, so I sent them to their mum to find out. Mahmoud Ali's here. Assalamu alaikum. Rule Britannia. How are you doing, kiddo? Shaz Makes is here. I grew Bangladeshi. Aina Uri, all growing long and tall. However, no flowers. Any idea why this may be? It could be the weather. I've got a couple that I've got some plants that are flowering and setting fruit, so we're getting quite a lot of uri. So the ones that we're calling uri are the hyacinth beans. They're the ones that I'm gonna just close that door just 1 second because I can hear a lot of background noise. So yeah, the ones that we're calling uri, they're called hyacinth beans. They need a a lot of warmth, and this year has been really poor with the temperature. So that would be a big factor in them not in them not flowering. Also, they need a long growing season. So I planted mine indoors in about March, and then I eventually moved them out into the garden in June. So they've had a long time. I don't know how old your plants are, so that could be another issue. And sometimes it's just the variety as well. I mean, last year we planted two or three different types of hyacinth beans or uri, and two of the types flowered and fruited all season long. And then there was one plant that just grew massive. It was absolutely huge, but not a single flower on it. So it could be that. Um Sam's allotment diary, Bill and Ben, Britain. Uh, so we've got a bit of a competition going on between Mahmoud Ali and Linz. My little bit of piece saying Britannia rules the waves and Linz wants freedom. I've been waiting for my invite to your house. I was wondering why the thing is, you're supposed to come and visit me. I'm not supposed to be. You didn't see me before you left either. Again, you should be visiting me, but never mind. The beans you sent me are flowering, but only the ones in my greenhouse. See, Mike, you've got the right climate. You're a lot warmer than where we are. Uh, you're a lot warmer than where we are, so you should have a lot better chances of growing beans than we do up north. Um, so if they're flowering, then hopefully, have you got the ones with the purple flowers, or are they quite are they quite a vivid purple colour, the flowers? Because if they are, then they'll definitely set fruit soon. Uh, Frank's in total agreement with Mahmoud. Monty, the Egyptian mint that I received via John's Cuckoo Patch is doing well. That's fantastic. Um, I'll do some more cuttings and we'll get some more cuttings out if anyone at some point, if anyone is interested. Um, I did I did quite a bit of harvesting today. We pulled some potatoes, and I've got I've I've got some huge spuds, absolutely massive spuds. The biggest spud I've ever grown, I think. I'll get that up on video soon. Um, Umina Begum is saying, I like the way you farm. Thank you very much. I, yeah, I really appreciate that. Thank you. What cameras does everyone recommend? Not a phone camera because my phone is very badly damaged and is barely working. Uh, oh, so you've got red flowers. Okay. Um, so you should hope. I can't remember which ones they are. You I have a confession to the pepper you gave me is the shape of Spock's ear and crispy. Daughter forgot to water them while I was away. No way. Get them watered. You might be able to revive them. Um, Mahmoud, how does Egyptian mint differ from minty mint? There's lots of minty mints. There's lots and lots of minty mints. If you want to see a mint collection, check out my UK homestead. Kelly, she did a video on. She's got, I think, about 24 different varieties of mint. So have a look at that. She's got Mike's got growing strawberry mint, chocolate mint, all kinds of different varieties. They've all got a different taste. So Brian use a Panasonic camcorder. I just use my phone. I've got a cheap phone. It's a Chinese one. What's it called? Xiaomi. It's a Xiaomi Mi or something. But it's got a decent camera on it, so we just use that. Everything's videoed on my phone. So for the purpose of YouTube, it's good enough at the moment. Mike's greenhouse. What's your budget? See, you don't want to talk cameras with Bish because he's got this massive thing, right? He's got this camera with this massive microphone and everything. He's proper high tech. Mike's greenhouse dragon tongue beans. They're lovely shelling beans. So if you grow them for just the seed, they're absolutely, yeah, they're spot on for the seed. Absolutely awesome. We have mint growing in our garden that we use. Not sure of the type, but it tastes nice regardless. Might have to take dinner Egyptian off you. You can have some Egyptian mint if you'd like. I can do your cutting. Um, are you planting your winter onions now? See, I was harvesting onions today. My onions weren't my the winter onions that I did. We harvested I think in about May time, and they were a really nice, decent size onion. Um, but the some of the ones that I've grown from seed, some of them have done quite well, and some of them have done. It's been a funny year with onions this year for me. Some of them aren't much. I mean, some sets that I planted aren't much bigger than the set that I planted. So, I mean, some of the seeds, some of the onions that I grew from seed, they're about the size of an onion set that you'd buy from the shop. What I'm going to do with that is I'm just going to dry it and store it, and I'm going to plant it out again next year. Uh, I use my onion sets. My phone won't pick up any sound, so it's useless now. See, if you need a new phone mic, look at one of these cheap Chinese ones. Xiaomi, mine's Mahmoud. I'm sure you'll be able to recommend some. Yeah, I'm sure you'll be able to recommend some phones. But if you get a phone, if you need to replace your phone anyway, get a phone with a decent camera, and you can get away with that for a while, instead of having to buy a phone and a camera. Um, can you use Egyptian mint for drinking? Lynn's, that's it's perfect for making mint tea. It's absolutely perfect for making mint tea. Uh, do I farm during winter? There are a few things that we grow during winter. Um, at the moment, what I've been doing this last week has been sowing cover crops. So I've been sowing a lot of radishes, a lot of mustard, a lot of life at there. So just using that to cover the ground, and then the way traditionally people do cover crops is they'll dig it into the soil afterwards. Because we don't dig, we'll just chop it down and then we'll mulch over the top of it. Um, so we harvested a monster Chinese kumra, whatever that is. It's called a wax gourd. Mahmoud, Chinese kumra is called a wax gourd. I don't know why they call them Chinese kumra, but yeah. I'll put them in a couple of weeks. My Japanese ones were great this year. See, that's what I found, Frank. The Japanese ones that I planted last autumn, they, normally they're not that good. They're hit and miss. But the ones that I got this year were really good. But my onions weren't as good. Um, Nick, do you know where I could get any online? Might try a GoPro Session waterproof wide angle, and it's easy to use. So Lynn's has got a Moto G6, not great, super expensive. See, I think the last one, I can't remember the last one I had. I had a couple of Motorola Gs. I had a Motorola G2 and a 4 maybe, and that did me worked for a while. But I've got this Xiaomi Mi. I think I got it for 140, 150 quid. So it wasn't bad at all. Give us a shout when you have Egyptian mint available. I could do you. Well, let me get into the garden tomorrow, and I'll see if I can get a cutting out for you. Anything from the Xiaomi Red? Oh man, Brandon's Outdoor Adventures has made an entrance. He's come in and he's dropped a $5 super chat. Um, thanks, man. See, Um, yeah, thanks, guys. That's well kind. That's well kind. That is really kind. Thank you. Um, Brandon, how are things going? Because I've not spoken to you for a while, and the last post I saw from you, I think on Facebook, was saying that you're gonna quit YouTube. Were you serious, or were you, or what's the story there? Robert, you have a great evening, and I'll see you soon. Thank you for coming along and spending so much time with us. I really appreciate it, and I'll see. Yeah, I'm gonna go check your goatee out. I'm gonna get. I'm gonna get some type of ground cover seeds this year in my area where it only rains. I missed that comment. What? Where it rains 17 inches a year though. Um, are you gonna just drop? Are you just gonna put in ground cover for the winter? Are you looking at putting in ground cover for the whole year? Oh, there, Mike. There you go. There you've got. Um, Nick's got an old iPhone 5 that you can have if you want. That's awesome. Mike, message me using my email on my channel. I should be able to help you out. There you go, Mike. The guys are coming to the rescue. That's awesome. That's awesome. Jazz was battling Rue's hair. uh, da, 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 da. So if someone, uh, I'm on buy shoot to soon to be steam it and dive. What? Drop. You're gonna have to explain that to me because I didn't understand that. I have some of the Senshu along with some mixed sets from Wilco. Also, spring onions to go in. Broad beans will go in a few weeks. Buds are. Frank, I planted some broad beans, but I'm using the broad beans more like cover crops and green manure. But if I get some beans out of it, that's fantastic because we're not a massive fan of broad beans in our house. I'm not quitting YouTube. I'm now on third shift, so my videos are going to be farther apart. Okay, okay. So if someone wants to drop Brandon Outdoor Adventures links, if someone wants to drop Brandon's Outdoor Adventures link, then that, yeah, if someone could drop that for a bit, that'll be good. Uh, whole year bit, especially for the winter. Uh, there are other streaming video sites like YouTube. Okay, okay. Are they worth going on to and having a look? Wilco onion sets are great. I always get my onion sets from Wilco. I normally get the ones in spring, I think you can get like almost a kilo of onions for about £3 or something. Um, Mike, that's awesome. Nick, that's really kind of you to sort that out for him. Frank's got a Galaxy S6 that's unused now. Um, I might be interested in buying that off you, Frank. I had my old Motorola G that the kids used to play about with, and they've just knackered it. So I could be interested in that. Um, I'll drop you a message on that. You don't like broad beans. Uh, yeah, I'm not a big fan of broad beans. I don't think anyone in our house is a big fan of broad beans. Uh, do you know the other thing? I've got to say this. I set up Patreon a couple of days ago, um, and as soon as I set up Patreon, there's one person in this room. He just went on there and just signed up. Uh, Frank, thank you very much. Um, I'm really grateful. You went, yeah, you're the first one who went and signed up as a patron. I really appreciate it. Um, yeah, I don't know. I get a bit funny when it comes to these money kind of things, and because it took me about 4 or 5 months to decide to actually do it, um, because I yeah, when I thought about monetizing and stuff, I thought, yeah, I want YouTube's money. Do you know, does that make sense? I don't know. I don't even know if I'm making sense anymore. Um, so yeah. Thought you would have a suggestion for cover crop for my area, 44 centimetre of rain per year. Um, I've gone for a few different cover crops this year, and Jazz, thanks for coming in. I really appreciate it, and we'll see you soon. Um, see you're after dry, sort of drought tolerant type of cover crops. What kind of landscape are you on? Are you on a hill? You are making sense, mate. You're not the first up. Um, Sam's still here. He's doing stuff on in his shed and listening. Mike's back. Everyone's invited. Jazz. Makes perfect sense to me. To make more content takes more time and equipment, so Patreon makes sense. Help animals live is still been left on while I eat. Awesome. Um, Drop. You're on a slope. Have you ever thought? Do you know? Because you're getting less. Well, it sounds like you're getting a low, not much rain. Now, if you're not getting a lot of rain, have you thought about putting in some ways of trying to catch or slow down the water that comes onto your property? So I'll tell you. Well, I was going to do a video about it, but seeing as though you brought up the topic, I'm gonna have a chat with you about it now. My neighbours, they're they're going to level their garden. So if they level their garden, then there's going to be about a 4 foot drop between my back, where my soil ends, and their soil starts. And because I'm on a slope, we get a lot of rain, so I'm gonna end up with a lot of my soil getting washed away. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put in some small swales. I'm not gonna put in massive swales. They're gonna be about a foot deep, a foot wide, and they're just going to go along on contour. So any water that does come onto the grass and it washes down and it washes down the footpath, it's going to wash into the swale and then it's going to soak into my beds. So I was thinking, um, of putting a couple of these mini swales into the garden to try and slow the water down in and also making sure that there's cover, the ground's covered not just with mulch but also with cover crops. So cover crops that I'm using this year are I'm using mustard. Mustard's quite tolerant of anything. You can get away with mustard anywhere. Same with radishes. I'm using a lot of radishes as cover crops. I'm using different size radishes um, to try and get deeper, some as deep into the soil as possible. I'm using sorry, not white clover, a mix of clover. I'm using broad beans. Uh, I'm using something called trefoil, which is really low growing. And the good thing about that is you can undercrop other plants. So I'm putting the trefoil down underneath my tomatoes. So while my tomatoes um, are just finishing off ripening off, that trefoil will do the ground cover and just keep that soil from getting washed away. And I'm adding something called buckwheat as well, and that's a very fast growing plant that will produce loads and loads of green matter for your garden. So there's a good choice there. I was thinking of mustard because they do grow a lot of it here. See, drop. That's the only thing about mustard is it's a brassica. So if you're going to follow mustard with a brassica, then that might be an issue. But otherwise, it's really good. I'm using loads of mustard this year, and a couple of different varieties of mustard. So I'm using white mustard, and I'm using something called we call life at that. I have buckwheat. See, the buckwheat's brilliant. Buckwheat's very good. Um, I've done a video on some of the cover crops, so I'll get that up soon. So hopefully that might explain a bit more. Um, Patreon is, yeah. So Patreon, basically what Patreon is it's an additional website that is there for content creators that people can go on and do Patreon only posts, and then people will go on there and sponsor you and become patrons of you, and they can give you a monthly donation, a one-off donation, things like that, and they can sponsor. Basically, it's a way of supporting you to continue doing YouTube videos. Um, so I bought a pound of buckwheat thinking of mustard too. If you've got clay soil, radishes would be perfect, because radishes, they burrow down into the soil, right? Especially long radishes. If you can get long radishes in, and then come spring, cut them off at the leaf and leave the radish in the soil to rot, and that'll just create a long corridor of compost in your soil. You've got a ton of radish seeds, so don't be buying stuff in. You've got stuff that you can already use. We've got that. Lindsay's gone for green manure this year. I saw your video on it. Brilliant. Yeah, awesome. See, Lindsay's been very clever about it as well, because she had a bit of unused patch of earth, and she's covered, gone with cover crops on that. Seamus is here from Asgardian Adventures. Thank you very much for coming in, mate. Um, really appreciate your visit. Are you coming to Malvern as well, Seamus? I'm looking forward to Malvern, because we'll see a good few people there. I buy my seeds from True Leaf Market. Okay, I've not heard of that. Is that a US company? I just buy mine from I th- yeah, I've just bought mine off Amazon, so they're not anything fancy. Okay, okay. Um, yeah, there's a load of the gardeners going, and I'm looking forward to meeting Bish again, because I've I had a right laugh last time I met him. It was proper good. Yeah, it was really I really enjoyed it. I really did enjoy it. Um, it's based in SLC, Utah. Okay. Um, Someone Skyped me at Malvern. W- We could do a live from Malvern. Yeah. Um, I'll tell you what. If I've got, because I normally I'll try and save my data, and we'll do a live from Malvern, unless you can get. I don't know if you can get those top ups anymore. Do you know, like more data than you're normally supposed to have. And, but guys, this has been awesome. I really appreciate your visit. Yeah, I really appreciate everyone coming along. After 5 weeks of me completely being absent and neglecting you guys, you've all turned up and given me a proper warm welcome. Thank you very much. I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna end this a little bit early today, while I build my energy back up. So if you forgive me on that, Next week we'll try and run a bit longer, or as long as you guys want to take it. Uh, so if you don't mind, I'm gonna end the stream here. Um, Thank you, everyone. I've got the kids knocking on the door as well. They should have been asleep. So right, guys. Thank you, everyone, for coming along. Having a great. I had a great stream. Awesome. Uh, on that note, I'm gonna end it there. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.